I'd argue that 2023 is going to be Mario's biggest year ever. Not only do we have the massive Super Mario Bros. Movie, which is Nintendo's biggest attempt to push Mario even further into the mainstream ever, but the grand opening of Super Nintendo World in Universal Studios Orlando happens next year as well. It's clear Nintendo is really going to be pushing Mario, but we don't even know necessarily any games that are going to come out. Sure, there will be titles, but we just don't know of them yet, and that's why in this video, I want to talk about literally every single possible Mario game that could come out next year. And I'm going to be ranking them on how likely they are to actually release. And as you can tell, that's going to take a while. So let's start it off with the RPGs. Mario RPGs have been a staple of Mario for a long time. Whether it's Paper Mario or Mario and Luigi, these games are beloved, but I don't think we are going to be getting a new one next year. And that's because Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope actually just released. Not only that, but that game has an expansion pass featuring brand new campaigns that it's going to be launching, all throughout of next year. So I doubt they'd want to kind of, mess with that and release a brand new Mario RPG. However, they might just re-release one of their older games in the form of a remake. I think that Paper Mario, the original on N64, or somehow the Thousand Year Door could definitely be getting remade. We've seen rumors of the original on N64 being remade for a while now, and it's definitely possible for us to get a remake instead of a brand new game because, again, I don't think they're going to do that. However, if they were to remake the original Paper Mario, I would I would be on the lookout for a potential new campaign added within that remake. When Alpha Dream, who has sadly gone bankrupt, remade a couple of the Mario and Luigi games for 3DS, those games had their own little mini side additional campaigns as well. Not only that, but Nintendo has proven that they like to do this again with Bowser's Fury coming with Super Mario 3D World, which was again just a port of an older game. So while I don't think it's super likely, if Nintendo does remake the original Paper Mario, I would not be surprised if they threw in an additional little campaign just as kind of a marketing ploy. It would only be, a couple hours long, but still it would be something. Again, I don't think this is super likely, so I'm gonna rank it 4 out of 10, with 0 being the least likely, I don't think this is gonna happen at all, and 10 out of 10 being I would bet my life on this happening. I'm only gonna give it a 4 out of 10 though, because I don't really think a new Mario RPG is super likely, but if it does happen, it would 100% be a remake of probably the original Paper Mario with an additional added campaign. Unfortunately, all these games, if they even do come out, would be coming out in 2023. If you want something awesome to play now, then look no further than this video's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Chances are you're watching this video on your phone, which means you can literally download Raid for free right now. It's a real AAA game squeezed into a mobile phone. We all love the portability of the Switch, but having a AAA quality game on your phone is a genuine game changer. There's no wrong place to play Raid, but personally my top 3 places have got to be on the train, when I'm all cozy by the fire, and in the car, because I already know we're about to be doing a ton of traveling for the holiday season. If you're going to be traveling for the holidays and you're going to be bored, you already know what to do. On top of that, there are cool holiday-themed champions to get you into the festive spirit. Speaking of champions, Ronda Rousey now has a brand new champion. Yes, the MMA fighter, the absolute legend, Ronda Rousey, is now in Raid Shadow Legends. You might be thinking, oh, how do I get Ronda? Well, you can get her for free right now, even if you're a brand new player, just by logging into Raid. All you gotta do is log in and play Raid for 7 days between now and February 20th, and this brand new legendary champion is all yours. You can also use the special promo code RAIDRONDA to help you get a bunch of useful stuff like a 3-day 100% XP boost, 500,000 silver, and 5 full energy refills. If you're a returning player, you already know how useful all that stuff is, and if you're a brand new player, don't sweat it. That's perfect for helping you level up your brand new legendary champion so she's at the top of her game. Raid also has a special event for all new players this Christmas, the 12 Days of Raid. Download Raid Shadow Legends using the link below, copy your player ID from in-game, and then go to 12daysofraid.plarium.com, which will also be in the description. By entering your player ID on that website, you'll set out on a fun festive adventure that lasts 12 days, running from December 19th to January 10th. You can play new minigames for a chance to win some amazing in-game and real-life prizes, including holiday-themed Raid champions and even Amazon gift cards worth up to $1,000. Even if you're an existing player, head to the same website and you'll find a special holiday promo code that everyone can use for a small festive gift. Last but not least, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get exclusive rewards in Raid right now. So what are you waiting for? You're waiting for more bonuses? More free stuff?
Well, somehow Raid still has you covered. If you have not downloaded Raid Shadow Legends yet, first off, what are you doing? But second of all, click my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen right now, and you'll get unique bonuses totaling up to $30. We're talking a free epic champion, Rector Drath, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in game. All this treasure will be waiting for you here once you download, and it's only available for 30 days for new players, so download now.
You can scan the QR code on screen right now or click the link in the description. Thank you, Raid, for sponsoring this video. Next up, let's talk Mario Kart, and yeah, this is not happening. We are not getting a brand new Mario Kart game at all. Obviously, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is clearly the game that Nintendo wants to push as Mario Kart's main entry, at least for the Switch era, and that is fine because we are still getting brand new courses. Like, we're going to get 24 new courses next year. I cannot believe this game is going to have 96 of Mario Kart's best tracks all in one game. That's like ludicrous to me. So while yes, we're not going to be getting a new game that's like literally 0 out of 10, I don't think it's even remotely possible, we are still getting Mario Kart content with 24 brand new courses, and hey, with Wave 3, Nintendo added in a bunch of new stuff. They changed the game dramatically by changing it so when you're in your glider, you can't get shocked anymore. If you get shocked, it just doesn't, take you out of your glider, which is huge for online play, and they also did additional stuff behind the scenes. They added a brand new stat to every single vehicle part, which is how many invincibility frames it gives you. On top of that, they added the massive addition of custom items, which is something I never thought they'd add. So when we get waves 4, 5, and 6, be on the lookout for more stuff. Hey, maybe we get that character pass we've all been talking about for so long. It seems like a long shot, but then again, so did custom items just a month ago. Again, 0 out of 10 for a new game, but I would not be surprised if Nintendo kind of shocks us and adds a lot more than just the 24 courses that we know are coming. Alright, now let's get right back into it with Mario Party. Super Mario Party came out in 2018 for the Nintendo Switch, and then since then we've gotten Mario Party Superstars, which came out in 2021. That's a 3-year gap between the two, and it would only be a 2-year gap between, Mario Party Superstars and a potential 2023 Mario Party. That seems kind of crazy to think about until you realize that ND Cube, the developers of Mario Party, made Clubhouse Games' 51 Worldwide Classics in between Super Mario Party and Mario Party Superstars. To my knowledge, they have not released anything or even shown that they're working on anything after Mario Party Superstars, so it's definitely possible we get a brand new Mario Party in 2023. As for what it would contain, well, here's what I want. Mario Party Superstars took this franchise back to its roots, and I loved it for that, but it was a little bit bland and it didn't have too much. The 5 maps it had were all from the N64 games, and for a potential new Mario Party in 2023, they gotta expand that. If they're still not gonna make any new maps, that's fine. They clearly can't really make that good new maps because Super Mario Party was not good, but hopefully they'll at least borrow from some of the later Mario Party games. I think Mario Parties 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which were on the GameCube and Wii respectively, have some of the best boards in any Mario Party game. Like if they added in Koopa's Tycoon Town, that would be awesome. Slap some new mini games on there, add hopefully 6 new boards, but they'll probably just stick with 4 or 5. Continue the online play from Mario Party Superstars, and you have yourself a masterful new Mario Party game. I could definitely see this happening too. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 on the likelihood scale. Now let's get into the big stuff, the mainline Mario games, 2D or 3D. We're gonna start with 2D though. I think this is by far the most likely thing to happen. Think about it. We haven't gotten a mainline 2D Mario game, because I'm not counting Maker in that mainline kind of franchise. We haven't gotten one of those since 2012. It's crazy to me that Mario's kind of flagship franchise that everyone knows him for, the one that started it all, hasn't gotten a brand new entry since literally over a decade ago. Nintendo clearly knows that when they're gonna revisit this 2D Mario franchise, they gotta make it something new. And I don't mean new Super Mario Bros, I mean new, something we haven't seen before with our 2D plumber. They have a lot of potential options here. They could make it one massive world. They could do, make it kind of more of an adventure where there's a hub world and stuff, and you go to like a Toad Town and you talk to different Toads. Maybe there's a shop and you can upgrade different power-ups, so hey, maybe there's like a propeller suit from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. But then once you collect enough star coins, you can go to a shop, upgrade the propeller suit, make it, go even higher, or maybe you get a second propeller in midair. Then you can go back into some of the earlier levels and find secret exits and whatnot. In Super Mario Maker 2, they added in the Super Mario 3D World style, which is something we didn't really think we'd get because Mario Maker is all about making Mario games, and they gave like a brand new style to that. Like 3D World was never a 2D Mario game prior. Nintendo clearly knows that 2D Mario fans need something new, and Mario Maker is awesome, but it just doesn't replace a full campaign made by Nintendo without them being restricted by their own tools that they made with Mario Maker. I think a brand new 2D Mario is more than likely, and that's why I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. In terms of 3D Mario though, this is a bit less likely because even though Super Mario Odyssey came out in 2017, which would be almost 6 years ago by the time this supposed new 3D Mario would come out, we did technically get Bowser's Fury in 2021, which while not a full game, definitely was a step forward for 3D Mario as a whole. So while yes, we kind of did just get Bowser's Fury, again, that was a small thing and it really felt like an appetizer for some big massive 3D Mario that's coming down the pipeline. I just don't think that massive 3D Mario is coming, as soon as 2023. But if it did happen, it could be incredible. Of course, they could always, revisit Isle Delfino, give us Sunshine 2, they could give us Galaxy 3 or Odyssey 2, but what I think they'd probably do is expand on Bowser's Fury and give us just one massive Breath of the Wild style, huge open world, obviously not as big as Breath of the Wild's world, but expand on what we got with Bowser's Fury, like give us a big open world where there's a bunch of smaller little platforming challenges scattered throughout. Clearly it works, clearly people love it. Bowser's Fury was, one of the best parts about 3D World as a port. This is something I could definitely see as well. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. However, while 3D Mario got a 7 out of 10 and 2D Mario got an 8 out of 10, I don't think, I know we're not gonna get a new 2D Mario and a new 3D Mario within the same year, but I do think one of them will happen. Obviously, I'm leaning towards 2D Mario, but if you put them together, I would put it at a 9.9 out of 10. I'm almost convinced we're going to get a brand new mainline 2D or 3D Mario game next year. Everything is just lining up from it, from the aforementioned movie and theme parks opening to the fact that we haven't gotten a brand new 2D or 3D Mario in a while. If I was the president of Nintendo, this would be top priority, is getting a brand new mainline Mario game releasing in 2023. But arguably more interesting than a mainline Mario game would be a brand new style of Mario game, one that is based on the Super Mario Brothers movie. Now, I don't want to talk about this too much, and I'm gonna say it's not super likely. I'll give it maybe a 4 or a 5 out of 10, but I have so many ideas on how they could make a Super Mario Brothers movie game very, very exciting. So if you guys want to see a video all about that, let me know down in the comments below, because that's a whole nother topic. I could definitely fill up a video based on that. So comment down below if you want to see that. Just literally let me know down in the comments below. I'll heart the comments, and if I get enough of them, I'll make it, because that means you guys want to see it. And while you're down there, hit the like button if you're enjoying the video. It just helps out a ton. All right, thank you. Let's move on to the smaller stuff. Hey, it can't all be the big 2D, 3D, or a brand new Mario game. Every once in a while, Nintendo likes to put the plumber in these smaller little $15 to $20 eShop titles that you can purchase. We haven't gotten any of them on the Switch yet, but that might mean that it's finally time. We could get a brand new Mario plus Donkey Kong game or a Dr. Mario game. Those are the two little side small Mario franchises that I think are most likely to get a little eShop offering next year. Starting with Mario plus Donkey Kong, I wouldn't be super jazzed about this. Tipping Stars on the Wii U was just not that fun to me. I've never really loved Mario plus Donkey Kong as a little side spin-off series, but hey, if Nintendo could jazz it up and make it something truly special, then of course I'd be super excited for it. I'm gonna give that a 3 out of 10 though. I don't really think they're gonna go back to, the Mario plus Donkey Kong thing, but what I do think they'll go back to is a brand new Dr. Mario game. Dr. Mario is a fun little puzzle game, and we haven't gotten a new Dr. Mario on the Switch at all. We've gotten some of the older ones on NES Online and whatnot, but a brand new Dr. Mario is not something we've gotten, and it's something I think a lot of people would really enjoy. Who knows, maybe they've already had this game completed and they just didn't release it because of COVID, because obviously, Dr. Mario's whole thing is killing viruses, and I don't know, maybe they didn't want to release it during COVID. I don't know. Let me know if you think it's more likely now, or if they would have wanted to time it up with COVID in some bizarre marketing push. I have no idea, but Dr. Mario would be super interesting. It's definitely something we should see on the Switch. A brand new Dr. Mario I think will eventually come to this console, hopefully. And as I said, we've never gotten one of these little smaller Mario games on the Switch, so next year we definitely could get a Dr. Mario. It's 100% possible. However, next, and this is honestly probably the most exciting part for me, let's talk about the Mario spin-off type games. Okay, that didn't make sense. We've kind of been talking about spin-offs this whole time. I mean the franchises that have directly spun off from the Mario series. I'm talking stuff like Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Wario, Luigi. All of Mario's eclectic cast of characters have their own style of games. And let's start with the gorilla that started it all, Donkey Kong. The Donkey Kong Country games are some of my favorite titles of all time. In fact, I already recorded this video once, and I ranted about Donkey Kong Country for literally 4 minutes of the recording time. Unfortunately, had to re-record. My mic wasn't plugged in, which is the, step one boneheaded YouTuber move. So yeah, I'm not gonna rant about Donkey Kong for another 4 minutes here, but let me just say, whether it's a brand new, 3D Donkey Kong trying to capture the magic of Donkey Kong Country in the third dimension, or the true Donkey Kong Country 6 that we all want so much, any type of new Donkey Kong game would be incredible. I would love that so much. I love the Donkey Kong Country games, and look at that, I'm ranting again. Time to move on. Yoshi, this little dinosaur, has gotten a fair share of games, and a lot of them are really good. I love Yoshi's Island on the SNES. Yoshi's Woolly World is one of my favorite, most underrated platformers of all time, but the only Yoshi game on Switch, Yoshi's Crafted World, I don't know if this is just me, I think that game is straight up bad. It pales in comparison to Woolly World and even Yoshi's Island on the SNES. It's just not fun in my opinion, and it's kind of annoying that that's the only Yoshi offering on Switch. I would absolutely love to see a new Yoshi game, but I don't think that's gonna happen. The most likely thing we could get here would be Yoshi's Woolly World ported, which granted they already did port that to the 3DS with Yoshi and Poochie's Woolly World, but granted they also ported Hyrule Warriors, the original one, not Age of Calamity, to the 3DS, and then they ported, what was in Hyrule Warriors Legends over to the Switch with Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. So clearly they're fine porting a game to the 3DS and then also porting it to Switch. So hey, maybe we could get Yoshi and Poochie's Woolly World HD or something. I don't know. If we get Yoshi's Woolly World port, that would be awesome, but I don't think it's likely. 3 out of 10. Alright, a new Wario game, whether it's WarioWare or Wario Land, is not going to happen. We just got WarioWare, and I don't think Wario Land even exists anymore in Nintendo's eyes. 0 out of 10, and same thing with Luigi's Mansion. Now, Luigi's Mansion has, I guess, a slight more chance than Wario, so I'm going to give it like a 1 out of 10. And that's solely because Luigi's Mansion 3 sold so well. I think it crossed over 10 million units, which is insane. But it also did just come out in 2019. It will have only been a couple of years since then. So even if they started literally the day after Luigi's Mansion 3 came out, I don't think they will have finished it by then, because Luigi's Mansion 3 came out at the tail end of 2019, exactly on October 31st, which is Halloween, which is kind of funny. So yeah, I mean, maybe like 1 out of 10. I don't think they could do another Luigi's Mansion though. And with that, I think that's about it. Let me know down in the comments below if I missed anything. And if you still want to hear me talk about Mario, specifically Mario Kart, well, I have a statement for you. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best Switch game. And to understand why I say that, click the video on screen right now. I love that video and not many people saw it, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. Peace, guys.